What is up guys, this is Kai from KaiCreative. Today we're looking at the 5D Mark III. It was announced way back in March of 2012 and was the successor to the Mark II. But with the release of the 5D Mark IV back in August of 2016, and even more recently the mirrorless 4K EOS R back in October 2018, would it still be worth considering getting a 5D Mark III now, especially with much more advanced camera systems on the market? Welcome to the channel and welcome to another filmmaking video. We do all things video related here on KaiCreative, so if any of that interests you, please do consider subscribing. So way back when, the 5D Mark III quickly became the go-to camera of many professional photographers, videographers, and also had and still has a massive influence in the filmmaking world. But how does it compare to its more modern counterparts? And is it still valuable for today's photographers, videographers, and filmmakers? So what are the features of the 5D Mark III? Well, first of all, you have the very much coveted full-frame 22 megapixel CMOS sensor. It also comes with ISO capabilities from 100 up to over 100,000, and it has better noise compression and reduction at higher ISOs than its predecessor, the 5D Mark II. All of this is essential for filming in low light conditions. You also have dual card slots for CF and SD cards. You have a 61-point AF system, 41 of which are cross-type, and you can film at 1080p at 30 frames per second. You also have external sound via an external microphone, and with Magic Lantern installed, you can shoot your video in RAW, which takes your color grading to a whole new level. The ability to see sound bars on screen is also a great feature, and you also have a headphone jack, which is extremely useful for monitoring those sound levels. Now, the 5D Mark III was built with the faults of the Mark II in mind, so things like button placement have really been reconsidered, putting buttons in more convenient places, and it's something that fits nicely in your hands. As soon as you pick it up, you know that you have something that is robust and is built to last, a quality piece of craftsmanship. So I've personally used the 5D Mark III now for various different projects, from event filming, weddings, music videos, promotional videos, how-to videos, and even green screen work. I might go as far to say that it is the most reliable camera that I've ever used. Now, where this camera really shines is the low noise on high ISO. Sometimes if you're shooting in the evenings at wedding receptions or in dark hotel rooms for events, you will have to push the ISO up past the 800 boundary and into grainy land. But this is not the case with the Mark III. You can push it up past 3200 and keep on going with decent usable picture quality. Now, depending on the lens that you pair it with, you almost always get professional, sharp video content. And I'll always have my 5D Mark III set up with some sort of Canon L glass with image stabilization on, so even when I'm running and gunning, I still have professional looking video content. But of course, there are limitations. First of all, the 5D Mark III doesn't shoot in 4K. So if you're branching out into the world of video and you want to keep up with the video game, then having those 4K capabilities is almost an essential must. And again, it doesn't have a touch screen like the 5D Mark IV. So you don't have things like touchscreen focus, which for many filmmakers today is essential. Finally, you are limited to 30 frames per second, not giving you much wriggle room for slow motion at 25p. But if you are still interested in getting a 5D Mark III, you can pick one up secondhand on eBay for around $600 to $1,200, depending on the condition and added accessories, or around £500 to £1,000 in the UK. So those are my thoughts on the aging 5D Mark III. It's still a powerful piece of kit to have with you in your kit bag, especially if you're a photographer. But for filmmakers and videographers venturing into the world of 4K and easy tap focus, you might want to consider something a little more future-proof. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions regarding the 5D Mark III, do let me know in the comment section down below. Remember to stay creative, imagine, implement, and inspire, and I will see you guys next time on KaiCreative.